Good morning, boomers. It's the voice of the blockchain here, Satoshi's big cousin, cryptography's finest, Champagne Crypto. Thanks for tuning in. Shout out to XPO, Rafterman, Jojo, the rest of the pumpers. Happy Friday to all my Bitcoin maniacs. Bitcoin remains strong above 10K as it should be, and I'm getting word that Steam, one of my faves, is migrating to Tron. We'll be talking about EOS Voice releasing their beta version and more. It's interesting, especially for me, because I like Steam and I like social media, blockchain networks. So it's attractive. I want to see what's going to shake and bake out there. Steam migrating to Tron, EOS Voice releasing their beta, I think it's today, and more. Shout out to Henrik. Shout out to XPO, Rafterman, Jojo, the rest of the boomers. Guys, make sure you're touching the buttons for me. The like, the subscribe, the post notification bell, the ding, ding. Stay tuned in to the good crypto word that we spread here every single weekday. Late mornings, early afternoons. Whether things are pumping above 10,000 or below, whether you believe the earth is curved or flat, we're still going to be booming here, guys. Shout out to Henrik's, XPO, and all my crypto maniac soldiers. Shout out to everybody that's following me on dlive.tv/champagne crypto. I know some of you guys have gotten lemons out there. A few lemons have been thrown out. Everybody following me there, I appreciate it. You know, we turn up the streams on over there, and we get into those things that make you go, broadcast. We pour out a little champagne, if you know what I mean. Pouring out the champagne for my maniac. Shout out to Lucian. Good morning to you. Happy Friday. It's almost afternoon. It kind of feels still early, but I'm back here for my therapy every 3 times a week. I'm doing it. Getting stronger. I'm doing my shoulder therapy after I got my shoulder surgery back in December. Torn labrum, 7 screws, and I'm still working it out. Lightweight. And hopefully by this summer, while Bitcoin booms, I can also get swole because I've lost some weight out here. I'm not eating as much because I'm not pumping as hard. And you know how it goes, guys. I'm trying to stay away from looking like Vitalik himself. So, I need to up that protein and get into the gym, a.k.a. Larry Wheel style. Buy signal just popped for Bitcoin, Litecoin, ETH, and ETH Classic, says Southside Player. Welcome to the box. Let me share these. Let me turn off the coin, share the screen. Am I sharing my screen? I am. And you could see that yesterday after the inverse head and shoulders, it seems like we've leveled off what seems to be a new support level. We've dropped a few times in the past 24 hours and skirted by 10,000, 10,001, but things kind of go back up to 10,002, a high today of 10,349. We're in the pocket. We've conquered 10K momentarily. Hopefully this is permanently. I told you, by military force, we need to conquer this $10,000 line. Shout out to all my blockchain boomers out there, all my savages in the trenches, guys. It's green. I need some happiness out there after you guys rocked with me all last year, and we were under fire many times, not only by the price, but by the trolls that they showed up in droves at one point. Yesterday, we had a troll trying to tell me that crypto was worthless, trying to tell me it was like a Ponzi scheme. I haven't heard of those guys in a while. That crypto's a Ponzi scheme, guys. There was a bunch of them in 2017, but they've gone away. What I said, guys? Fiat is a Ponzi, guys. When you're dealing with money, there's a lot of funny bunny out there. So, at least here with the crypto, you could trace the transactions. You can surveil it. And you can see how the coins are created, unlike your favorite central bank. Good evening from Slovakia. Shout out to Slovakia. Boom! We got worldwide crypto maniac soldiers waving their platoon flag. We got Slovakia in the house. I know we have worldwide international boomers here. Everywhere from Slovakia to Japan and around the plane. Okay? Like a circle, not like a spear. Or maybe not. Let's see. Shout out to the boomers out there if you know what I'm talking about. Buy signals always on. Boomers know that. Listen, if you're a pumper, a crypto maniac, you've probably been DCAing a little here, a little there. I know on Coinbase you can set up recurring buys, and whether it be every week, every month, But that seems to be like the strategy, guys. I mean, you could try to change the markets and try to time them perfectly, but that could be a recipe for disaster. So, a little here, a little there, you average it out and you could pump it like that. Seems to be the sound strategy. Now, if you're doing swing trading or day trading, things get a little bit more, I don't want to say complicated, but they get a little more, maybe the word is complicated. Shout out from my mom's basement, says Anonymous. Shout out to you, Anon. Hopefully you're lifting weights and you're not fapping around down there. Okay, we want you getting strong. So hopefully, you can exit the basement soon and come from under the ground into the light. Let there be light, including Litecoin. Litecoin's leading the charge amongst other altcoins this year, performing better than Bitcoin. If you ask a boomer such as myself, we got 14 concurrent viewers. I'm glad that changed. 3 likes. Guys, we got 14 people here, only 4 likers. Guys, I need you guys smashing, kapumping the buttons right now, caressing them. Please, molest the button for me. The like. Throw your finger on it. Happy Valentine's. Kaboom. All my crypto maniacs out there, it's looking good. I hope you guys are enjoying this green. I don't want any complainers out there. Please. I can't believe we had a complainer yesterday as things go green. There's always a lone wolf that's not happy, But it's usually when things start dooming that the doomers come out, But, you always got a couple doomers out there. And then you got, your crypto justice warriors. They show up. They try to tell you this is a scam or this is not. And, I'm here to help. And, guys, help yourself first. Okay. Set an example by moving the correct way before you try to point the finger and act like a commie out here, like a socialist out there. Notice with the commies and the socialists and these people, they're always trying to tell you what to do. They're trying to either get you to stop doing something, tell you to pay a tax, get you to do. They're always destroying, not building. Okay? Don't tell me this, don't tell me that. I want you to go build your own out there, boomers. Like smash, says Michael Toth, indeed. And I appreciate that. Thank you so much. So shout out to Anon, Mike Toth, Lucian Bobox, Southside Player, all my boomers. Henrik, Ask, XPO, Cryptomaniacs are here in the box. Let's check out today's math. There's not there's not crazy news today, but the main news here is Steam migrating to Tron. We're going to get there. And we're going to talk about EOS Voice. I got an email from them. Every plate, send me, guys, Brave browser is pumping these ads left and right. I'm getting 15 to 20 every day. Okay, both on desktop and mobile. At this point, I mean, it's at least $50 a month I'm getting off Brave. When you consider both the desktop and mobile, all these clicking ads, about 20, maybe not least 50, but about 20 bucks on desk and maybe another more on the mobile device. So how do I like on my iPhone? I don't know, Henrik. I really don't know. I'm on the desktop right now, but there should be a little thumbs up there. Throw a thumbs up. And if you can, share this on your social media feed, whatever social media you've chosen to be surveilled on, because whether it's Facebook, Instagram, they're all watching you. Watch me. So make sure you share this and let the animals on your feed on the rest of your farm know that you're here booming. And when I mean boomers, I'm talking about Bitcoin boomers. We've been booming since before boomer became a meme. The meme's tired out there. Okay, it's tired. And you guys could learn a lot from boomers, whether they're Bitcoin boomers or your elders. Shout out to David Couch. Good day to you, sir. Bitcoin currently at $10,256. Trading sideways, looking strong. Ether at 275. We discussed yesterday that Ether is still a long ways from its all-time high, which leads me to believe that there could be room for growth when it comes to ETH and other coins, including Bitcoin Cash, which still got room to grow, in my opinion. Again, this is all my opinion. Champagne is not a professional. I'm not your crypto daddy, so take that, and register that. Take that. Hashtag P. Diddy. Hashtag bad boy. Can't stop, won't stop. We got Ether at 275. We got Ripple there at 32 cents. We got Bitcoin Cash at 491. The Bitcoin brands are doing well, whether they're real or not. If they got that Bitcoin name, it seems like somebody is attracted to it. SV there at 360, the fake Toshi. Wow. Litecoin at 81 bucks. Litecoin's been performing well. If it's over 0.0075 Satoshi, I'm excited. Right now it's at 0.0079 Satoshi. So that's good. That's finally above where I dumped it at. Now I still have a bag of Litecoin. It's just not as hefty as it used to be. EOS. Today we'll be talking about this. EOS Voice is a social media platform that is now going on beta. And they're trying to differentiate themselves from other blockchains and social media outfits by doing the KYC. Apparently there's not going to be any bots on there. Everybody on that social media blockchain is going to be KYC. They're going to be surveyed. And you got the team that is developing EOS Block 1. They're setting up shop right there next to DC. So they're tangoing over there with the congressmen and friends. It appears. So let's see what will happen to people's Steam power. I think it's being swapped out just to another coin. Cool. I'm gonna pull up that article in just a second. I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that because what is gonna happen to them? I got some power there, and I've been talking good about Steam for a while. I like Steam. I think Steam is an example for how you could really use blockchain online. And whether you like it or not, or whether you think it did good or it didn't, there's holes on the boat. I would agree, but it's still one of my favorite blockchains, and I think the blockchain that I've used the most. I'll tell you that much. There's Steam as a social media platform allows users to earn. I mean, that's great because look, Facebook ain't doing nothing for you but surveilling you and sending you more ads, okay, and try to tell you how to vote. The same thing with the Gram and even YouTube. They're censoring your content, whether you believe it or not. They have shadow banned the champ, and they don't want you tuned into the frequencies. So, when you have these decentralized social media platforms, they're attractive. And moreover, being that they provide the opportunity to earn attracts me even more because, you're posting there on the book or on the Gram and you're not really getting much, but more surveillance. So that's what's going on, guys. That's what's going on. Let's check out this article over here on CoinDesk reporting. Steam sets up shop on Tron network, which is interesting to me. I wonder if Main Event is tuning in because he was feeling some type of way when DLive, a live stream platform that was once running on Steam, they migrated over to Lino, and ultimately just a month or not too long ago, they migrated to Tron. DLive is now on Tron. And now I'm getting word as of today, February 14th, 1600 UTC hours, that STEEMIT is setting up shop on the Tron network. Now, what does exactly mean? Because there's a difference between STEEMIT and Steem the blockchain. STEEMIT is the outfit that they put out the open source. They're the organization. Okay, Steem is the blockchain. STEEMIT, the blockchain-based social media platform where users could be paid to curate or create content, is partnering with Tron Foundation to bring Steem dApps and users to Tron. This is being reported by CoinDesk. Let me drop the linkage over here in the population of the chat box if you want to read along with the champ. The companies announced Friday that Tron and Steem developers will jointly be looking into migrating Steem products and users to the Tron network and ultimately swapping the Steem token for a new Tron-based version. So that could be your answer there, Heat Cool, that they're going to swap out the Steem tokens for a new Tron-based version. No timeline for this migration has been presented. Kaboom! Rafterman, he just dropped me $2. He says, happy Valentine's Day, a strong end. Indeed. And shout out to you and yours. And shout out to you and yours. And thank you so much, Rafterman, for catching my back here, sniping out the funny bunnies, and for throwing a couple ducats in the bucket. I appreciate you, Rafterman. Let me throw a couple dollar bills. Guys, follow the leader here. Don't show up to the party without $1 or $2. Throw it in the bucket, guys. Don't be that guy. You come to the party, you don't bring a beer, you don't bring a smoke. All you want to do is consume. And you don't even add a positive comment, a share, or maybe a ducat here in the bucket. Don't be that guy. Especially Especially when we're pumping green, green, green. Don't act like a broke boomer right now. If you guys are acting like broke boomers, I may just snipe all of you guys out the box. Anyhow, if you are broke for whatever reason, just share this. Drop me a positive comment. I feed off the energy. Shout out to Rafterman once again. Thank you, Rafterman. Thank you so much. Shout out to Crypto Chronic. He cool. Back to the information here with Steem, which was originally funded by Dan Larimer, claims to have more than 1 million users. STEEMIT is the original conception of forums meeting cryptocurrency to achieve mass adoption, where crypto could be distributed as easily as likes and upvote. Yeah. A STEEMIT user predicted the move early Friday. STEEMIT announcement comes the same day. Voice, the social media network backed by Larimer, launched in beta on a custom EOS network. Let's click on that here and see, Wired it's talking about. I got a email for them. I think it was yesterday or the day before saying, hey, champ, come on board. We're about to start up this beta version. Now, I don't know what the rules and regulations are going to be. Are they going to let me, go there as Champagne or not? Are they going to let me be anonymous on that network as Champagne? I really don't know, okay? Because the way that they're billing it is if they are going to require everybody to show their ID to be on that network. And ultimately, I believe it's going to be like a blockchain ID. I think that, watch out for that. I mean, there could be, I don't want to use the word nefarious, but what's an antonym for, a synonym for not antonym, synonym for nefarious? Kind of, let's throw out, it could be Funny Bunny, okay? For, if we want to use our rhetoric. It could be Funny Bunny. Steam News says CryptoZilla. Yeah, it's interesting. Now we're on to Voice. This social network wants to pay you in crypto to do good. I want to pay you to do good. Guys, I don't like that. I'm going to be honest. It sounds fake. It sounds social justice warrior-esque. It's like, what is this? What is this? Let me continue here with Wired. Block One raised $4 billion in 2018 by promises to build a decentralized blockchain-based platform. Now its social network wants to encourage quality posts. Okay. Last June. Okay, we talked about that. Voice was an attempt to quell the hater. The vision, Bloomer tells me, is to use blockchain to tackle the well-trodden problems of social media, avoiding both the control of big tech companies and also the misinformation and trolling that a lack of control begets. It would also show how EOS could deliver on its promise to provide the most powerful infrastructure for decentralized apps. Okay, let me get to the meat and potato of this. This guy's just talking about more regulation. It's going to come down to what regulators will tolerate. So basically, they want to build a nice, squeaky, clean, regulated platform where they take your DNA and draw your blood before you sign in, apparently. So I don't know whether I like it or not. I got an eye on it. I do like the the Larimer platforms, Steam, BitShares, EOS. But I have been a little put off by this. But it is what it is. It's not like, I haven't done KYC before, BAT KYCs, Coinbase KYCs. You got to know what you're getting into. Need to find out how much Daryl and his brother and his other brother Daryl will charge to borrow their ID. There you go. So to use the voice tokens, you'll need to upload an ID to prove your identity. So what if my ID doesn't say Champagne? So what if I want to be Champagne on the networks? So what's up with that? Users will get paid in voice tokens. The reasons that they are saying that you need to upload an ID is to prove your identity and to avoid bots and misinformation by verifying everyone is a unique human. The other is regulatory. With digital money floating around the platform, Voice needs to follow know your customer laws. So that's what it is. I think so. They sent me the email. I haven't clicked on it. I don't know what, I'll try to get on it and see if they, they let me in there. But let's see. In the end, the answer is really up to Block One and its investors, the ones with actual equity, not just tokens, including Peter Thiel and Bitmain co-founder Jihan Woon. Bloomer points out that Block One had built its protocol before the token sale. The ICO was our way of monetizing our product. Then the company was free to use its billion to build the businesses it wants to build. With a blockchain-based social media venture, that's what he's doing. And this Bloomer guy, I said this before, and I'm going to be honest. You know, he looks funny bunny to me. He comes across, it's not just the look, it comes across a little like corporate fake to me, you know, like that corporate, you know, they try to knock off the Apple event. I mean, it just came off as corporate fake and, you know, a little feminine too, if you ask me. You know, I don't know if that's true or not, but he came off a little soft, if you ask me. You know, I don't know. I like Dan, but this other Bloomer character, which is the leader of Block One or the co-leader or whatever. I don't. He seems like he may be related to Pete Booty Boy. I don't know. Okay, don't quote me on that. Need to find out how. Okay, we read that from Bob the Newhart Show. How's that for a boomer? There you go. I mean, that's a little bit more booming than me. I mean, I don't tune into Bob Newhart, but I'm sure some older characters do. Shout out to CryptoZilla out there. Hopefully everything's going good for you there in Japan. Stay strong out there. Someone just tuned in from Slovakia, and I mentioned it. We got boomers from Japan to Slovakia, worldwide. The only place that we don't seem to have boomers is Antarctica. That could be due to the Antarctic Treaty, where all the countries came together during the height of the Cold War and agreed not to explore Antarctica for environmental reasons. You know, you got to take care of the penguins out there, guys. So how about that? Shout out to all my boomers worldwide, minus Antarctica. Thanks once again to Rafterman and all my boomers. So yeah, Steam setting up on Tron. And what's most interesting is that, you know, things come back full circle. I would love to see what main events one of our boomer brothers' opinion is about this Steam coming to Steam coming to Tron like D-Live did, because I remember him saying, oh, you know, I don't want to mess with D-Live because they dropped Steam and he's got his loyalty to Steam. But how about it now? Now they're on Tron. So, you know, I've said this before. I mean, you can't really fall in love with these blockchains, guys. These blockchains, you know, they're not going to take you out for Valentine's unless you cash out and you make it happen on your own. But let me know what you feel about this Steam. And still, this is still unclear to me because it says STEEMIT shop on Tron, but we know there's a difference between STEEMIT and Steam. But ultimately, they're entertaining swapping the Steam token for a new Tron-based version. They're entertaining swapping the Steam token for a new Tron-based version. Sexy. I think that's interesting. And, you know, what a look for Tron, you know. And I'll tell you, I wasn't a Tron believer. I've always said that it looked a little scammy to me, but I have recognized the marketing effort by this gentleman, Justin Sun. He's out there trying to slang and bang. Okay, he's slanging and banging. Okay, you know, he's pumping, and I don't know if he's dumping, but he's ka-pumping out there. And maybe we could say staking and bacon too, as it refers to Tezos, where they call it bacon. But yeah, he's slanging and banging, staking and bacon, moving and grooving, and meeting with Buffett, throwing down on Poloniex. This guy's trying to make a movement out here. So, you know, he's, you know, at the least a hustler, right? Now, I heard that former Apple creator Wozniak called him a scammer. But whatever. That Woz guy, he may be good with the tech, but he's not a boomer. You know, I don't think he's a business guy, from my understanding. Tron is making waves. Yeah, it is. It is. And I wasn't crazy about Tron, but I'm recognizing what it is. I mean, it's moving. You know, it's moving. Tron is definitely making waves. It's making moves. And I'm not upset at Tron. There goes BlockFi giving me ads all day long. BlockFi. I said, has anybody vetted BlockFi? Has anybody vetted BlockFi and let me know if it's legit? I think it was Zilla that told me, guys, if it's too many ads, it may be Funny Bunny. But they're just pumping ads left and right. I mean, I got a duck and hide from these ads. There's so many. You know? Derek says the only thing worth pumping and dumping are these girls on Tinder. That's funny. I don't know. I mean, maybe some of these coins. I don't know. Look at Satoshi Vision. They're pumping and dumping that arguably too. So whoever got on that train won. But I see where you're coming from. Shout out to Derek, Rafter, Zilla, Chronic, Heat Cool, and the rest of the boomers. Did you see that Ripple went to 0 on BitMEX? Nah, I don't really follow Ripple, to keep it 1,000 with you. I'm not interested. But I did hear somebody complaining about BitMEX and that their stop order didn't get triggered, and that BitMEX is funny bunny, and that there's always those crypto justice warriors that come out the woodwork calling things a scam and stuff. So I saw that. I think it was it on Reddit? I don't know. But I really don't care. I don't mess with BitMEX, and I don't mess with Ripple, so it doesn't concern me. Bitcoin there at 10,274. We've leveled out. I'm going to take a sneak peek, a peekage over here on our portfolio, because as long as we are above 10,200 on that portfolio, then we're doing what we need to be doing. We're staying on track. Where is it? Kaboom. There we go. So we're up by about $1,000, 12,002. You can see this is our math right now on our portfolio. Virtual, not real, but we're treating it as such. We got Binance. Bitcoin, this is just so that we can see the price. I only have 10 cents of Bitcoin in this portfolio. It's just so I can track the price on the same page. So we got Binance, Crypto.com, FTX, KuCoin, Monero, and Tezos. FTX, is the wild card here. I don't know much about it. And I think KuCoin is the mistake here. I'd rather have a Huobi. So let's see how this shakes and bakes, and maybe we'll do some swappage next week. Swap out one for another. Ripples for Las Sols, says Derek. Let's see. I mean, there's people that believe in, and the legacy banking system. They believe, in that, and they want to bet on that. So, whatever. Let it be. I'm not going to hold the bags. I'll call it for what it is. And I said yesterday, as much as I talk trash about Ripple, if you told me, what's the price of Ripple today? If you told me Ripple went up to 60 cents, 75 cents, I wouldn't be surprised at all, because Ripple has an all-time high of like $3 or something like that. And it just shows me that it does have a potential of moving up again. It's certainly been at those prices before. Now, as far as the project guys, I want nothing to do with it. BlockFi has secured 30 million Series B, which was led by Peter Thiels, with participation from repeat investors. So BlockFi is legit, says CryptoZilla. Let's see. Yeah. They keep giving me advertisements, promising me $8 on my Bitcoin or on my capital, and they're throwing me. You guys see it. I get like 2-3 ads from BlockFi every day or more, maybe. I'll tell you guys, the Brave browser is going hard with these ads. I can only expect more as the crypto space keeps warming up. I think we're in the middle of our little bull run here. This is the bull run associated with the halvening. And while there may be peaks and valleys, ups and downs, I think that we're headed up. I don't know how high, but I think we're headed up to at least April or late March. And because of that, I wouldn't be surprised if more of these corporations want to market to the crypto space. And, the top way, or one of the top ways, is using the Brave browser. Download it. I got it on a link on the bio. Derek says, yeah, I need Brave. You said it every time. I got the link. Just click it. Just do it. Install it and try it out. If you don't like it, disinstall it. Everybody's using it. I think if anybody's had a problem with the Brave browser, if anybody out there thinks it's funny, bunny, go ahead and talk now. I'm speaking from experience. I'm using it myself, and it works. It works. What can I say? I mean, are you going to become rich? Are you going to boom because you're using the Brave browser? Probably not. You start off making maybe $5, $10, $20 a month on your browser. I have no idea. Pre-halving pump and dump? Yeah, I think so, Derek. I think to a certain extent what we're seeing is this little bull run associated with the halving. And I think that dump may come a few weeks before the halving. Maybe I'm wrong. I have no idea. I'm kind of expecting something similar to what happened with Litecoin last year. Litecoin got hyped with the halvening. It went from like 30 to 150. But, a few weeks before the halvening, it kind of slowed down. We saw the pumpage happen months before the halvening. So kind of like where we're at right now. So, let's see if we follow a similar pattern. I think that's kind of what I'm expecting, similar pattern where Bitcoin does gain weight. It doesn't hit all-time highs. And then before the halvening, maybe people start selling off. So, a situation where maybe we can go to like 12,000, 13,000 or something like that. And maybe we start selling off. And hopefully after that sell-off or whatever top we reach at, we can balance and find the support there above 10,000. That's basically what I'm betting on. I'm hoping on as well. I think you're right, says Derek. Yeah, maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. I'm just throwing out what I'm expecting so far, and that may change. I mean, at one point last year, I thought this halvening was going to take the entire market to $1 trillion market cap. For all of crypto, which could put Bitcoin like in the $30,000 range. But as time progressed, my opinions changed. As I looked at the panorama, I checked things, and I changed my opinion. And that may happen. I may change my opinion. I'll keep it 1,000 with you guys, and if I'm wrong, I say it. That's why I always keep it 1,000. Say, guys, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not your daddy. I'm not your financial advisor, because I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Like so many other people out there on the tubes, they're wrong sometimes. They just don't want to admit it. People out here on the tubes, they want to act like, they're still working for JP Morgan or their friend, if you know what I mean. None of these guys know what they're talking about. Just because you throw out a couple cool technicals and smooth words and candles at me, it's whatever. Shout out to Oscar. I see you, Oscar. Good morning to you, or good afternoon, boomers. So yeah, Bitcoin's still strong. Anything above 10K is looking sexy. Steam is migrating to Tron. I dropped the article there in the chat box. I'll do it again. Steam sets up on Tron network. We don't know how long this is going to take, but the rumor is that they're going to swap out the Steam token for a new Tron-based token. Okay, which is interesting because Tron is supporting DLive and BitTorrent, and Justin Sun is making moves. Is making movements. And the Tron token boomed that day he met with Warren Buffett, just off the rumor. And, I don't care about Warren Buffett, to tell you the truth. I think too many people get an erection when they hear his name. And, I know he's a brand or whatever, but I got my doubts. I'll be honest with you. I got my doubts with with the majority of these influencers, whether it be in crypto or finance or aeronautics, astronauts, if you know what I mean. I was checking out that astronaut on Joe Rogan yesterday. Should pull that. That's good for a DLive stream, but I didn't believe anything that guy was saying, and he kept talking about his training in the pool. So yeah, we'll talk about that later. We can also, I'm going to keep my mouth shut on that. I love Warren Buffett. He's the man. Listen, I'm not against or for against him. I just think that, people get, like, look, you said, I love Warren Buffett. You mentioned his name and, some people get, they're ready to start fapping. It's like, they get the erection and, they get a little too excited about another man that makes money and that doesn't do anything for them, But, I'm sure he has something to share. But, the champ doesn't care. I'll be honest with you. The champ does not care about the majority of these guys. These so-called influential figures. You can't have idols out there, guys. So I think it's a lot of people make idols of these influential figures, these celebrities, these people on the internet, on the TVs, on the movies. It's like, guys, don't make idols of these people. These guys, if anything, we should make fun of them. But yeah, pre-having pump and dump. Let's see, Derek. Let's see. What do you think? You think you're thinking the same thing as me? As we're gonna go up a little bit and maybe a little dumpage on them about a month before the halvening, or what? because that's kind of what I'm expecting. Steam setting up shop on Tron. Voice has released the beta version. Let's see if they let Champ on as the champ. But, I'm not really interested in all this KYC. His strategy was the reason I thought Binance was a good investment. Yeah, I mean, that does make sense. It's not just because of him. It's like, I agree. If something should be making money. But listen, Buffett was wrong on the internet. Like, he was wrong on Google, Amazon, and like he's been wrong a lot of times. So much so that I don't know why people get so excited. He's been wrong on certain things, especially like Amazon and Google. He was trash talking that back when the .com bubble was really taking off. But whether you agree with him or not, or whether you think he's legit or not, I'm sure that he has something of value to share. I mean, and when it comes to investing in revenue producing platforms or assets, I can agree with that. Absolutely. I'll take a few more comments and questions. Let you guys enjoy your Valentine Day. 37 minutes here on the stream. And maybe I'll pop up and do a D live. I got some time on me today. I got some time. I woke up early. The champ's up early before you guys are still sleeping, cuddled up in your bed with your pacifiers. Champ is out there already. I wouldn't say he was wrong. He just didn't invest. Well, I mean, he also he was wrong because he was trash talking it, or to a certain extent, if he wasn't a believer, and he said he wasn't positively talking about he wasn't believing in the internet basically, because he has a very specific strategy. Yeah, and and he missed possibly one of the biggest booms of all time because of that specific strategy. So I guess the point I'm trying to say is that he's not all that. I think he's a little overhyped. Definitely there's something there. I'm not saying he's a loser or anything like that. I'll listen to him, whatever, but I think it's a little overhyped. It's just, people hear the Buffett name. Like I said, they get an erection. And it's like, no, did he jump on the Google train? Did he jump on the Amazon train or any of these other trains that really took off? No. So, is he that? It ain't that hot. It ain't that hot. Shout out to Truce. Shout out to Big Truce. I haven't seen you in a while, Big Truce. Guys, follow Big Truce. Dropping the crypto funnies on him. Indeed. I hope everything's good out there, Truce. I was mentioning earlier that everybody's in the green today. Or this whole month, basically. I don't want any complaints. I don't want any whiners. I don't want any crypto justice warriors trying to tell me that crypto's no good like they did yesterday. It is what it is, guys. Everybody should be happy nowadays, whether you're holding the altcoin that outperformed Bitcoin, or if you are a maximalist holding Bitcoin the whole time. If he came in the box, would you have to snipe him out the box? Is this the big question? No, I wouldn't snipe him out the box, but if he starts trash talking or whatever, I would. I'll listen. I listen to most people out there, Zilla. I do, even when they don't agree with me. But once they try to take the microphone and make this their show, whether I agree with them or not, chances are I'm going to snipe them out the box. Because, this ain't Buffett's show. This is the champagne show. I know I get your point, Champ, but that's the beauty behind the strategy, is that you have to accept you can't jump on every train, just stick to every investments. I agree. Yeah, I agree with that. And to a certain extent, I'm like that as well. Like, you don't see me getting into energy futures or something like that. I don't know much about that. I don't, I'm not talking much about the stocks and bonds or stuff like that. I don't really get into that. And even with the cryptos, I steer away from these little baby coins, and some of them may even gain more. Sometimes it's like, Marlon always steps in the box. Champ, check out this coin, and a lot of them are small fry coins. And I got to tell Marlon, I'm not interested with that. And some of them win, and then he comes back, Champ, I told you about this one. And I'm like, my strategy is just not that strategy at the moment. So, I get it. Yeah, you're right. You make a great example there. It's like our mentality with Ripple. We hate it, but that doesn't mean it won't go up in the long run. Yeah, it may or may not. Yeah. So, you just stick to things that I could agree with. That I agree with. All that being said, though, I still think he's overhyped. You know, he's not the only one that's disciplined and sticks to his game plan. You know, but I don't know what it is. You know, you throw that name and people, oh my God, Warren. Oh my God. It's like, calm down. You know, the strategy is a good strategy, but it's not like anybody with common sense can't figure that out, you know? Yeah, but, you know, most people don't have common sense. Do they? I mean, it's like, you know, I go out there, I don't know. It's just like, sometimes I wonder, guys. Sometimes I wonder. I wonder. Let me drop a bomb. There you go, Muffin. He says, I have a friend that plays only small cap coins, 50 to 100 mil. Yeah, there you go. You know, that's a different strategy. Census 2000 says the Corona Cinco de Mayo festival has been moved up to March. Boom for the first week of March. There you go. Guys, this Corona thing. I'm telling you, by April, by late March, it's going to be all gone. They'll be talking about something else, guys. Come on. Listen, if it was really, really, really like a problem, the stock markets would have already been affected. You think that the powers that be are going to let their money? Come on. Get out of here. Get out of here. $10 by David Couch. Thank you so much, David. Boom. Good day. Love. Thanks for the good work. Thank you so much, David. I appreciate that. $10. Showing love here in the box. David's been dropping comments, and he showed up to the party with a 10 sack today. I appreciate that, David. Thank you so much. Thank you. Definitely that goes to the Formula Fund. You know, these little $10, $2, $3, you know, it's nice to have extra. You know, I'll throw it into the tip jar, and it helps with the babies. You know, we got 2 little ones out here. And the little one's almost off the formula, and the bigger one, you know, he's already drinking whole milk. Whole milk out there, guys. You know, I see these parents that try to give their kids like the vegetarian milk out there. Like, what is it? The plant-based? What is it? The Ripple? It's called Ripple. It's called Ripple. It's like pea protein or whatever. And listen, I'm sure it's all okay, but you know, young kids, they need animal fat. They need that. They need that. How are you going to make a little kid, you know, into a vegan? You know, if that's what you want to do later on, so you could detoxify or whatever. But these kids, they need it. So, you know, I'm giving them whole milk. The Horizons, which is grass-fed, pasture-raised, you know the deal. Some dirt coins could skyrocket, and I would still feel better not having them just because I don't stand behind what they are supporting, and I'm fine with that, just putting it out there. Yeah, me too, Truce. I feel that way too. You know, sometimes I don't stand what that they're doing. I don't like it, or you know, I'm just not into it, or you know, I don't get into it. Salute to the champs, says Task Force. Welcome back, Task Force. Zilla's here. Johnson Cackery says he's back. Welcome back. How are the trenches and soy attacks today? Green on the charts. Any Kevin trolls here? Not today. Task Force, everything is clear field. There's no trolls today. Everybody's happy. It's a good vibration. I haven't had to snipe anybody today. It's all good. I mean, listen, with the exception of yesterday, it's been a while since we had, you know, a troll come in. And I don't even know if that guy yesterday thought he was trolling. You know, maybe he was just a crypto justice warrior. You know, these guys are really out there, the beta guys. You know, that they really feel like that's what they have to offer. You know, their help. They're the white knights. You know, they're coming to save everybody. You know, there's some people legit that they feel like, you know, they're doing a service. Like, you know, guys, I told you crypto was no good, and they come in here and they feel like, you know, they're adding their service like that. It's the word I'm looking for. I can't find it, so I'll just say it's retarded. Damn champ, you just made a great point, says Derek. I don't know what point I made, Derek, but I'm making points every day. Task Force says our savior Kevin. Yeah, some people, like, you know, I don't know, like if he legit was trolling or if he really thought that he was doing something good. And that's the thing with, like, you know, I go back to like the commies and the socialists. A lot of them are not really trolling. They're like, yeah, we need to raise taxes. We need to regulate everything because, you know, capitalism's bad and people are bad and the world's overpopulated. And that's what we need to do. You need to just stop what you're doing. And, like, you know, what's the latest one? Like, you got to stop having kids because, you know, humans are bad for the world. You know, there's people that actually fall for that stuff. I was just talking to the old man yesterday, and we talked about how we used to go out and get our milk direct from the farm weekly in jars. He said our family of 6 went through 6 gallons a week. There you go. Yeah, I mean, talk to old school people, people that, talk to your elders, the people booming and beyond. I'm talking about the age group, and they'll let you know, and they'll drop a lot of gems on you. And, these people were drinking whole milk and eating animal products, and they were doing all right. It wasn't until they started eating frozen foods, things in boxes, manufactured food, that they started getting cancer. Apparently. I don't know. Vegans say we are the only animals that eat other animals, champ, but that's false because we're predators, eat other animals. They eat everything, milk, bones, muscle. I know, guys. I know. These vegans are like, listen, there's never been a society ever in the entire history of mankind that has been vegan. No society, none of them. The Aboriginal, what do we call them, Aboriginals or Aborigines? The people out there in Australia. From everybody from out there to Australia to the Europeans to the Africans. Now, you got some cultures that eat more meat than others or less. But all of them end up eating animal product at one point. Guys, hunter-gatherers. What do you think they were hunting? Broccoli? I do wish we gave a little more airtime because they are funny, like Kevin. Yeah, I was going to let him go a little bit more, but it seems like Rafterman, he wasn't having it, so he just sniped him out the box. Usually, I mean, if it was up to me at that moment, I probably would have held it. But Rafterman's got a wrench, and sometimes he's not having it. And I appreciate it too, because I've been bombarded by some trolls sometimes, and I couldn't find the buttons already, and he caught my back. So, if he got tired of it, then I'm all right. Bros, I love my meat. I eat pork every day. There you go. I mean, the Bible says not to be eating pork because it's swine and you shouldn't be eating things with hooves. But I'm not going to lie. I do eat some pork. I like my bacon, Henry Kissinger released fructose on society so that food would not become a reason for your vote. I don't know if that's true or not, but it seems to make sense. There's actually been cultures that eat only meat, things that make you go home. Yeah. So, you've had meat only cultures, but you don't have vegan only culture. Guys, you can't create a society that's sustainable long-term eating like a rabbit. Okay? You can't do that. Now, listen, I understand that some people get benefits eating like a rabbit. Why? Because most of them have been eating garbage. And when you start eating like a rabbit, you cut your calories so that, you get to detoxify, and what most people need is not to eat like a rabbit. They need to just stop eating because they've been eating just way too much. Okay. So, consider fasting before you become a rabbit, please. I know I'm judgmental, and I know that's wrong because, the verse on Romans says, he who is weak eateth herbs. But if you keep reading the verses, like it says that you shouldn't be judging people that eat differently. And if they don't eat like you, then you should just let it be. And, I'm not following that part. I'm screwed up on that part. I've messed up. Okay. But, I'm calling myself out. Let me bring out the verse. Let me bring out the verse out to you guys. Pastor Champagne. He who is weak eateth herbs. Okay. Here it is. This is Romans 14. I'm reading from the NIV version. You could check out the King James version, but NIV is a little easier to understand. And yes, we can get into the debates about one or the other, but let's, for the purpose of this example, accept those one whose faith is weak without quarreling over disputable matters. One person's faith allows them to eat anything, but another whose faith is weak eats only vegetables. Okay? Another whose faith is weak only eats vegetables. The one who eats everything must not treat with contempt those the one who does not, and the one who does not eat everything must not judge the one who does. So that, it goes straight into what I was saying. I mean, like, I'm obviously passing judgment. I'm making a mistake. So, there it is. So the one who does not eat everything must not judge the one who does. That's directed at the vegetarians and these plant-based maniacs. For God has accepted them. Who are you to judge someone else's servant? To their own masters, servants stand or fall, and they will stand, for the Lord is able to make them stand. And then it keeps going, and you could read that. I'm going to link this, but I always remember this verse when we talk about eating healthy and food. Guys, the good book has all the information. Okay? The good book has all the information. You don't need Tony Robbins or David Goggins or Jordan Peterson or any of these characters to save you. The book is showing it. The route to you. There's only one way, guys. The truth, the way, and the light. Pass the champagne. That was a joke, guys. But, sometimes I got to hit you guys up with that. Crypto Task Force says, I eat meat, fly long distance, drive my car to work, and fart on mass media. Prophets, Greta, and Antifa lemmings. Premium living, making money, believing in the Lord, and pro-family, bold and masculine. Indeed. I like that. Pro-family. Pro-family. Johnson says he doesn't give a shit. He has, I need pork and whiskey and beer. Okay. There you go. Crypto says, Task Force says, Tony Robbins is the clown who slurs. I don't even know if he slurs or not because I haven't been watching him. I'll be honest with you. I'm not into Tony Robbins. I'm sure he's helped some people and, I don't know. But like a lot of these people, guys, they're just trying to preach prosperity with, positive thinking. That's all bullshit. That's all bullshit. I don't know that verse, says Cryptozilla. Yeah, Romans 14:1. Yeah. And then I read the New English version, but the King James version, it says eateth. They talks with the Old English, he who is weak eateth instead of eats, so I like, maybe we'll start talking Old English. We'll kaboometh with the cryptoeth. Southside says, preach, love crypto channels that love the Most High. You got to love the Most High. I mean, it's like, there's no other way, guys. There is no other way. Okay. They want to sell you on just like The Secret. Guys, I fell for The Secret meme. I'm talking about the book, positive thinking, put up your visualization board. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. It may work in this realm, but it ain't for eternity, guys. It ain't for eternity. Yeah, I had a visualization board. And look, some of that stuff works, like I said, in this realm. But you got to know that you're dealing with hermetics, occult magic, and stuff like that. And, and to a certain extent, like alchemy. And it may work in this world because you know who the god of this world is. But, it ain't working for the higher realms. He uses slurs like crazy to break the pattern, position thinking BS. I used to read every book in the early 2000s. It helped me, but only short term. The clown is a billionaire by fear mongering, says Task Force. Yeah, I never really followed him like that. But, I gotten into some of those motivational speakers. And one that I got into was Jordan Peterson, like I told you. And, shout out to Jordan because it's because of his book that I I'm stuttering now, that I stepped back and I asked myself, I'm like, is this guy pushing Christianity or was he doing here? And then it caught me. I was like, this guy's just remixing Christianity. I should be reading the good book. And it's because of that I started reading the book again. Jerron says, hey, champ, hope you're doing well today, man. Howdy to all the boomers. Shout out to Jerron. I am doing well. Heard that H-bar is up 400. What is H-bar? I don't know, but I know that H-bar, Google is going to be using them, or Google made an announcement that they're going to partner with them or they're going to do something. But it is what it is. We can eat just about anything, but the Bible does tell us how to clean ourselves. If you eat pig, you can't go out to congregation until a few days have passed. Yeah, I mean, you're referring, yeah, you're absolutely right. All that information is there in the Bible. You're referring to the Old Testament. And, you know, as a Christian, I'll say there's a new covenant. And the new covenant doesn't really talk that much about eating other than the ones I just showed you, like Romans. There's another one. I think it's in Timothy. And I'm losing the verse right now. But, you know, there's a new covenant. And, you know, the path to salvation is no longer through works. It's through God's grace. So if you're a believer and you've been graced by the Lord, it doesn't matter how you're eating. Hey, champ, we said that. Jews were visualizing food every day in them camps. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that or not. I don't know what they were doing. You know, I don't even know. I don't know anything about that. The new God on today's society is social media, big daddy government. These sodomites, hail to the Lord. Yeah, I mean, you know, it says it there. You know, your daddy Satan, the daddy of this world, Satan, guys. That's why there's so much problem. It's not a group of people in a dark room. I'm sure there is groups of people in dark rooms, but even above that, it's Big Daddy Satan that's running the realm down here, and you need to turn from him and go to your real father, to the real dad. I'll bring up another verse on you. It says your father Satan. It says it right there. John 8. Okay, guys, John 8, verses 44 through 46. You belong to your father, Satan, and you want to carry out your father's desires. From the start, he was a murderer, and he was never stood by the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he tells a lie, he's speaking in character, because he's a liar, indeed the inventor of the lie. But as for me, because I tell the truth, you don't believe me. Which one of you can show me where I'm wrong? If I'm telling you, if I'm telling the truth, why don't you believe me? This is from John. So, you know, guys, it says it right there. Who's your daddy? You need to go to the real daddy. Yeah, single mother's daddy is the government and Satan. Absolutely. Most people's daddy is Satan, guys. It says it right there. Your daddy Satan. You belong to the father Satan. And, you know, you bring this stuff up and like, oh, champ, you know, he's going off. Listen, guys, if you don't believe the devil's real, then the joke's on you and you've already been deceived. That's what really brought me home. I'm like, oh, hold up. The forces of evil are real. Let me give you one more verse and then we're going to end it. I guess this is like a Sunday with champagne. And I've shared this one before. This is the verse that really, you know, made me think. Ephesians 6:12. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places, guys. That's the bottom line. And you could try to, you know, point it at certain gentlemen and or misses. It's not just the flesh and blood. It's bigger than that. It's the rulers of darkness, spiritual wickedness. Don Milton says Bitcoin chapter 1. Don, I don't care about of that. You know, you're doing a parody on the best book on the world. It's not funny to me. I get it. I know some people do parodies, but you know, I'm so deep down with my faith right now. I'm not parodying. I'm not going to do a parody on the Most High. So, you know, maybe for you that's funny and that's cool and I get it, and you know, but you know, fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. You should be playing, you shouldn't be playing like that. I want to eat the black bull on screen. I need to get a raging bull with a ring on his nose blowing out smoke. Satan sponsored the Super Bowl halftime show with 2 prostitutes. Families watch. Yeah, I mean, you know. Listen, they can perform well, J-Lo and the other one, I'm sure they can dance well, but it is what it is, guys. I wouldn't want my daughter dancing around on the Super Bowl stage like that. I don't care how many millions that family may or may not get. But, you know who their daddy is. You know who their daddy is. I'm overcome being in a falling state, and I'm choosing good over evil. After all, racism doesn't exist. It's not a battle of color. It's a spiritual battle. Exactly, Jerron. Yeah, this the thing. The commies and the socialists, they're like, oh, it's because capitalism's the problem. And then you got people saying, no, it's racism. It's this. Guys, once you figure out that it's not flesh and blood, it's not race, it's not this, it's principalities, it's rulers of darkness, spiritual wickedness. These are the real problems. Not the coronavirus. Okay, or whether Bernie Sanders is going to win or Trump is going to win. It's bigger than that, guys. And I know Jerron must be watching Jesse Lee Peterson. He says the same thing, and I agree with him. Racism. What are you talking about, racism? It's a lot bigger than a battle of color out here. It's a spiritual battle. Sunday with Champagne, all new podcast coming this spring. Thou shalt listen or be sniped for eternity. That already sounds like a commercial. Sunday with the champ. Nah, that would be a good one. I usually don't go on Sundays, but that would be a cool weekly stream that we hit them up with verses and we do, we speak the good word right here. I'm someone disagree, but I'm open to y'all perspective. Listen, I mean, I'm not forcing you to agree with me. I'm not telling you need to agree with me or not. It's just, the only thing I could suggest to you is just read it for yourself. Forget about the church, the religion. Just get the book and read it yourself. Beta male, you know it, Jerron. Amazing. No, that guy's awesome. I didn't know he was on for such a long time. He was been on for 30 years or something like that. If it was a battle of color, it would honestly be simple. We just gate off surface dwellers. And Derek agrees on racism. No, I mean, it's deeper than that, Derek. That's what I'm trying to say. I mean, look, that's just the surface problem. The problems go way deeper than that. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like the racism is not even the problem. It probably doesn't even exist. It's that the bigger problem is making you think of other things. And when it comes to talk about racism and stuff like that, I would say Jesse Peterson is really good, on responding to that. He grew up in Jim Crow, segregated Alabama South, and he's blacker than black. And, his opinion is this racism stuff is retarded. So I like his take, and he's a believer. So building up the man, Jesse Lee Peters is the freaking man. Yeah, he is. And it's only recently I came across him. I'm like, hold up, this guy's freaking awesome. This guy's awesome. So yeah, I check him out. Champ took the red pill and is a truth teller. There is no racism. It is made by the bagels to divide and conquer. Who has a wall? Who is against race mixing? Who is stealing land? Exactly. Okay, Some of you guys know the deal. I love Jesse Lee. He was a hard pill to swallow, but as a black man, I had to turn the mirror on myself and look at myself, which most blacks don't do. And it's not just blacks. It's all colors. People don't want to look at themselves. They always want to, blame someone else, blame someone else. I mean, we could blame all these other things. We can even blame the bagel, but at the end of the day, we need to build on our own and make our own thing. So it's not about destroying other things. It's about creating and, like you said, turning that mirror on yourself and you becoming a better man. That's step number one. That's why I've been talking about self-improvement, putting weight on the bar, eating healthy, calling out the BS and moving forward. But, to try to blame it on other things. No, I was saying I believe racism a real thing. Do you have any Bible verses that talk about that? No, I don't, Derek. I'm not actually very versed, and I'm not good at debating that racism is not real. The best person I've heard talk about that, like I said, is Jesse Peterson, and it's coming from a black man, that like grew up in like a really segregated South when there was really racism problems. So I would listen to him on that subject above me. I got people in my family that are almost the same DNA as me, but they are broken. They aren't booming nothing. They are scapegoating their way to the bottom. Listen, Zilla, all you could do is just pray for them. You keep speaking the truth, and hopefully your example will inspire others. That's it. Okay? You can't force other people. You can't tell people like, no, you need to do this. Or like, don't be chastising, nothing. Just go about your stuff and just lead by example. Show that, your way, show how your way produces good fruit. We judge people by their fruits. Michael Jackson was right. Look at the man in the mirror. And listen, Michael Jackson started calling out the bagel and they don't really care about us. And then all of a sudden he was sniped out the box. I don't know. Makes you go, Makes you go, Indeed. We read that. For me too, only self-improvement, bettering yourself, be good to yourself and the family. Don't watch news, delete your social media, work out, be alpha. Exactly. If you're just handling your own business, handling your family, treating people with respect, you're living truthful, and you're being honest, like that's the recipe. You're living a good life like that. And you're having faith in the good Lord and his plan. Yeah, I mean, his thing, Derek, is that, it's not just racism or that. What you have is wickedness. You got good and evil. So what you're talking about, the slave trade and all that, that's not racism. That's wickedness. That's just wrong. It's wicked. There's good and there's bad. And what you're describing there is straight up bad. The Lord shines the sun on everything and everyone. Be good to all. The Lord does provide even to the wicked. You got to understand that. That's true, senses. Either we join in the discrimination and live life looking down, or we fly above it. You got it, Zilla. Don says, pointing fingers is always easy. Once you start pointing fingers, you'll be stuck blaming others forever. Only way to grow is to take accountability and learn from the past. Yeah, become accountable, and really accountability is really the repentance. Is really what it is. It's saying I recognize I'm wrong. I'm recognized, and I repent. And you try to do a 360. A repentance is an everyday thing, because you can repent today and you can go back to your old ways tomorrow. It's an everyday struggle. No, I mean, like, listen, walking the path. So narrow is the gate, guys. Wide is what is it? Let me give you one more passage. Narrow is the gate. Matthew 7:3. Here's another one. Enter through the narrow gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the road that leads to destruction, and many enter through it. But small is the gate and narrow is the road that leads to life, and only a few find it. So there you go, guys. That's right. There are only two realities. It's either good or bad. I mean, there's no racism. And if what you're looking at, if you think it's racism, it's probably just evil. You know what I mean? I tell my kids when they complain about things not being fair and people against them, think of your favorite sports athlete like Kobe. Even he has some skill, it's not handed to him. That's right. Every basket takes effort, and there are always people against you. Derek says, but all wickedness isn't about racism. No, that's what I'm trying to say. That it's a bigger thing. Like you're just saying, oh, it's racism. It's this. There's bigger problems. That's what I'm trying to say. It's wickedness. So that wickedness is not only. It's not just racism, it's all the other things as well. But, that's a trait. Like, so it's either that's displaying the trait of wickedness. And you could be wicked without doing everything that's wicked. All you got to do is do one wicked thing, and then you're already wicked, right? You're doing wickedness. It's not like I got to do everything under the umbrella of wickedness to be, you understand where I'm coming from. But the superstars overcome all obstacles regardless, says Zilla. We got into Sunday with champagne out here. And again, guys, I'm just showing you guys anecdotal evidence from what I've came across, what struck me, and I'm sharing it with you guys. And I'm telling you, I'm not telling you how to live. I'm showing you the word. That's it. Look at this Soylent starter kit. What is this? I'm getting ads left and right. This has to do with the soy boys. Get the perfect the nutrition ready to go drink soy. I don't know about this. What is a soy drink? Let me get this. This is an ad. Look, I'm getting, how many ads have I gotten during the stream? At least 5 in an hour. So if you guys are doubting this Brave browser, I mean, the evidence is here. Kaboom! Rev is here. Welcome back. I'm glad to see Rev back in the box. Our Cardano generals out here. Let me drop another bomb for you, Rev. Nice to see you back. I'm glad you're here. Rev took a little break from us for a while, but everything's green now, including Cardano. So, shout out to everybody. Yeah, look at that, Task Force. I'm talking about all this being strong, and then I get an ad for a soy drink. You can't make this stuff up. Derek, you need to go to where I point you. Like, I think that you'd be better off debating that over there, because like I said, I'm not sharp with the blade there. So yeah, even the champ gets so EMP'd. Yeah, I know. Yeah, check him out though, Derek. Geron may even point you there too. Like it seems like Geron knows more about that than me, but I seem to agree. Yeah, man, I've been busy stacking Cardano, hitting the gym. There you go, Rev. Yeah, I'm taking a break from the gym, Rev. I'm not sure if you heard, but I tore my labrum swimming and doing some stupid stuff, not even pumping. And I had to get a surgery, a torn labrum on my shoulder. They ended up installing 7 screws, plastic anchors in my shoulders. I'm in therapy now, and I'm not deadlifting. I'm not, I've lost weight. So all I'm doing is just watching Larry Wheels videos, trying to get hype. But yeah, welcome back, Rev. I'm glad to see that you're here and you're still hitting the gym. Shout out to Rev. Always welcome back. Collect your profits, boomers. Don't be afraid to do that, says Geron. Yeah. I agree. Some of these people are like hodl forever. And, sometimes you got to take some profits. Don't be scared. That's right. I know the champ is due for some profit taking now that we're above 10K. Any thoughts on H-bar? I don't know. Chronic, other than they partnered with Google somehow and they boomed, I have nothing else to say. I don't really know. I have no idea. It's just like a newbie one. I don't know. I don't talk about things I don't know. And if I don't know that much, I'll try to point you in the direction. If you're spending your day thinking about racism, then it will control you. And I'm speaking about this from a country where I'm 1% of the population. You're right. I agree. But yeah, let me point Derek to Jesse Peterson. He's usually on D-Live a lot. But I think they still got him on YouTube. I don't know if he's been sniped out the box permanently. He does like 4 hours every day. He's, takes calls or whatever. Nice show. Yeah, I mean, that's all discussed. Obviously, I know about the slave trade, Jim. I mean, I just mentioned it, Derek. But I think he would give a better explanation than I do. And Geron actually gave a pretty good one earlier as well. And leave it at that, because, like I said, it's not my the topic that I'm most versed in. If I can make $600 more, I finally go get a pistol. But you can get a pistol for less than $600, though, Anthony. You can get a pistol for $150, $200. Geron says, I just watch old Jesse stuff. I've never seen the old stuff. I mean, I'm from watching him lately, I know that he's been on for like 30 years, but apparently he was censored from me. Visit your parents later, call your mom and your dad, spend time with them instead of busting your nuts watching Netflix. I agree. Shout out to your parents. I don't know about that, Geron. Look at Jesse Lee's Savage clips. Yeah, so you know more about that than I do. Yeah, Derek, check him out. I mean, and I would agree with Geron, what he said. It's a hard pill to swallow at the beginning. You'd be like, hold up, is this guy what? Like the first thing that most people will call him like is an Uncle Tom. But if you listen to him, you'll be surprised. That's all I got to say. Yeah, I'll check that out, Geron. Shout out to you. I appreciate that, Geron. We, again, went over an hour. Maybe a shitty high point. I don't know what you mean there, Anthony. But, yeah, pistols are cheap. Pistols are cheap. My hard disk is filled with red pill content. Yeah, I don't save it as much. And, as far as like that type of red pill content, I'm more into like, I guess the bigger idea. I've been more into like the hoaxes and stuff, and like the lies. But, I think that's good for, people that want to start a family, that they're changing. I see where he's doing, There's all types of different red pill content. Some of it is more based in like relationships and like just yourself. And then there's more, when it has to do with like the government or the bigger picture. Yeah, it's very polarizing when it comes to black issues. Just, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm warning everybody too. Yeah. If you get easily triggered or, if you hold on to like the racism card too much, that you're going to get triggered by watching him. Derek says, I would call anyone who denies Jim Crow and slave trade as not racist does not know history. Well, I mean, watch him. I'm not going to argue for him there, Derek. I'm not. And I'm not going to argue the point because, like I said, it's not the point that I'm getting behind, although I agree with it. But I think it could be articulated more. And the gentleman that's talking about it grew up under Jim Crow, and he's not denying it. I mean, like, the guy's an OG. How old is he, Geron? He's an OG. He's got to be at least in his 60s, minimum. I mean, and, I would say he's as black as it gets. So, 2020 red pill is very negative in my view. There's different red pills, I think, and it's like, depending on who's serving it or whatnot. But I see where Geron's coming from, The best thing when you have someone send you baseless hat is to smile and give them a handshake, bow, or back pat, but talk to them if at all possible. There you go. Yeah, guys, watch his channel. And like, this is something I came across lately. And, I enjoy the calls and that on that show. And his, the amazing, the beta male, and like his little memes and stuff that people share in the chat box. That's cool. I liked it. And I thought, he's 66. Oh, wow. All of a sudden now I'm like, hold up, that number, what? You're telling me now and what, his son is 33? And I'll leave it at this. What's up with the coronavirus? So apparently the doctor, the guy that whistleblowed that died, what's his name? Wen Liang or Wei Liang or something. I know that Benjamin was talking about it yesterday. It was like a joke, but it's like when you read his name in a certain way, it could be Wei Liang. It's Wei Liang. But and then he's 33 years old. All the other people that were affected it were 33. Like the Masons go heavy with the 33 symbology. So yeah, the hoaxes they become depressing over time, but after a while they actually become funny. Once you really start like seeing through it and you start seeing all the 33s and so many coincidences that normally don't happen, after a while, you'll get through the depression chronic, especially if you believe in the Lord. You could just laugh at it. Because, there's no reason to be depressed once you have faith. You know that there's a good ending. The ending's good. There's a good ending. The ending promises salvation. It's a good ending. It ain't nothing sad at the ending. It's happiness. It's something to rejoice of. So, your faith should not let you be, or your faith is good against fears. But basically what I'm saying. Champ, are you still holding your light bag? I'm still holding a bag, Rev, but I did dump some of the lights, and I kept talking about it. I dumped the lights. I don't remember what price, but it was close to like 0.0075 Satoshis. And I checked today, and now it's finally above the price that I dumped that months back. So I'm not even mad. I'm kind of glad that I dumped most of my Litecoin. I still have some. So I didn't abandon the ship like somebody did. But yeah, that's the answer to your question. I had the light bag. It's not as heavy. STEEMIT finally sold to Tron. I don't know if they sold or not, but I don't know why it's sad, because Tron has got some steam. Maybe, this resurrects Steam. Listen, at the end of the day, where Steam's at right now, they're not growing anymore. Like it is what it is. They've been like going downwards. Yeah, and maybe the price went up this month or something, but never thought STEEMIT to be so weak. I don't know. I'm not that mad, Johnson. I mean, what are they really married to? I don't know. At this point, Steam, I think that they need to try something. Listen, STEEMIT Inc., Ned Scott and them, they waited too long to do smart media tokens and all that. And I always said this, the down voting on Steam, I don't like it. And I think it holds too much power. I would make it more expensive to downvote. But yeah, let's talk about that because it's on the headline. So STEEMIT announced Friday that Tron and Steam developers will be jointly looking into migrating Steam products and users to the Tron network and ultimately swapping the Steam token for a new Tron-based version. No timeline for this migration was presented. So there you go. Did you ever sign up for the Mimble Wimble coin drop? No, I didn't. I mentioned it, but I didn't. And I said this, it ended up being legit and stuff, but I started looking into it and it's like, oh, you got to verify your account. And I had to, for me to get the correct airdrop, I would have had to consolidate several addresses. And, you know what, ultimately I thought in my head, I said, how much is this coin going to really trade at? It's going to be what, $1, $10? Right now it's trading $20. Is it worth me going through all the, hoops to verify my account, taking the risk so that I can get $20 on one Bitcoin? And that's why, and when that thought went to my head, I was like, I'll just keep doing other things. Now, I was wrong. Obviously, it was legit. Everything's good, and it's trading at $20. Do I feel some type of way? No, I don't care. I missed $20. I missed out on $20 per Bitcoin. So, even if you had 50 Bitcoin, you're only missing out on $100. So, I mean, too many whales control Steam. That was once the case, but I think that a lot of the whales dumped by now. What do you call a man that sleeps with many females? Amber Rose. Tron is shit. Tron blockchain sucks. I don't know, Johnson. I've never used the Tron blockchain, to be honest with you. But I am on D Live, and my understanding is they've already migrated over there. So, I don't have any loyalty to Tron or any other blockchain because, they don't, they're not doing nothing for the champ. Derek, you could just call in. The guy does a 4-hour show every day. You could just call him and talk to him himself. He's on live every day. But you know what I would suggest, Derek, before going in, trying to debate someone and thinking that you know what their stance is, you need to stop with the already coming with the with an argument. Like, you haven't even listened to this guy. You just heard something that you think. And you're already you're being reactive, So like, the only thing I would say is just like, just chill out for a second. And how about listening to him for a day or 3 before you even say anything, Tron has plagiarized white paper. Why the hell would anybody invest, says Big Papa. Okay, and I said that Woz called them a scammer, but I don't trust Woz really as a businessman, although he seems like a nice guy. Okay? Middle Eastern countries are terrible for using apps to sell domestic workers on marketplaces. Most of the girls are from having zero rights. That's happening in modern day, but where's the coverage? Yeah, I don't even know about that. I don't follow all that, but I'm sure there's fucked up stuff happening, for lack of a better word. God, I've been on for an hour and a half. I'm gonna go ahead and tune this down. I'm gonna enjoy my Friday, guys. I gave you some verses. I mean, what else do you want from the champ out here? I'm keeping it 1,000 with you, you know. And yeah, I made $14 in chat revenue today. I can guarantee you that's not the reason I go on. I don't go on expecting to get $10, $20 or not. I mean, you know, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. That's not going to, it's not going to keep me coming or drive me away, guys. But I appreciate it though. I'll tell you that much, because it's $14 more than the majority of people get online. But yeah, I've said this always, Johnson, that Tron appeared scammy to me. And if you followed me, I've said that 1,000 times. Now, that being said, it's still performing. I like the fact that Justin is meeting with Buffett, that he invested in Poloniex, that somehow he got DLive on board, BitTorrent, and now Steam. To me, that seems like a hustler. So, you know, I don't know if it's legit or not. I told you it seemed funny bunny. I don't have a bag of Tron. But, you know, I'm not mad. I'll tell you that much. Like him, hate him, Justin Sun, best promoter, and Steam would benefit rather than lose. Yeah, I would have to somewhat more agree with Taurus on this one, because I think he is a good promoter. And I can see, especially at the position Steam is right now, like they're kind of like, they lost all their steam, pun intended. So it's probably time to migrate to another chain. I don't know if Tron's the one, but let's see. Let's see. Yeah, you wouldn't want to debate him. I want to know the reasons and facts. So then you're going to have to take your time and do the studying. You can't just... That's the thing, like with young people, they just want to click on the button and just to get like the cliff notes. Like, you're not going to understand things just by like paying attention for a day. You need to like vibe. You need to like listen. You know, it takes a moment for the information. You need to contemplate it. You need to let it marinate, especially when it comes into these big ideas that may completely obliterate what you've been taught. You know, so it takes a while for it to set in. You don't expect that you're just going to click a button and, you know, be easily, you know, convinced either or. You got to study this, including anything of value. It's just not 1, 2. Don't expect to just grab the Bible and all of a sudden, you know, make sense. You may read it your whole life, and then, you know, something may come, you know, to you. Now, I'm not trying to compare one with the other, but I am comparing, you know, just paying attention. Tron is a marketing coin, nothing more. Well, then maybe it'll be good marketing for Steam. Who knows? But at this point, you know, Steam, you know, they went from like $7 at one point to like 10 cents. I mean, you know, they got to try something. On that note, I'm out of here, guys. I've been on for an hour and a half. So, you know, maybe I'll do a DLive later, maybe not. But enjoy your day. Enjoy your day, you Valentine's Day maniacs. And if you do have a significant other, show them love. And show them love. Why not, you know? Show them love. Stack as much Tron as you can. It's going to be $1 per coin within 2 years. I don't know. It may or may not. If you frost your Tron in the network, all transactions are free. That is huge. Okay? I don't know if what that means. Yeah, well, you said it yourself, Darren. You says, I just can't see any legit reasoning. You've already admit that you can't see. You're blinded because you've been studying so much mainstream, so much from a certain source that you're blind. You just said it. I just can't see any legit reasoning. You can't see now. So in order to see clearly, okay, you need to just shut up and listen and let it marinate for a while. But you're already admitting it. I've been so indoctrinated with this that I can't see anymore. You just look at your statement. You can't even see what you just wrote. But I'm out of here, guys. Shout out to, was it Jay Hun? I know you came here before, J and K, and you told me how to pronounce your name, but I forgot, and I apologize. But I remember you. Once again, shout out to Bit Papa, Jerron, Derek, Javi, Born Blaze, Revolutionist, and all the crypto maniacs that stuck with me in this hour-and-a-half broadcast. I know we went on a tangent, but Bitcoin is strong. Steam is appearing to migrate to Tron. There's no date yet. And EOS Voice has launched their beta version this Friday. They're going to require IDs to open up an account. On that note, I'm out of here, guys. Stay strong. It's the voice of the blockchain here, Satoshi's biggest cousin, cryptography's finest, Champagne Crypto. Thanks for tuning in.